And but none of this comes out in the media because the Sri Lankan government is very keen on stopping all these evidence from surfacing. The 1973 Press Council Act has been reactivated. So if you're discussing the cabinet policy, if you're saying anything against the government, or if you're talking about government decisions, then you will be even sent to jail and fined. So the law supports you. So the law is supporting the suppression of these evidence. And thirdly, I don't want to dwell much on this. And another important factor is I was talking about the speedy trial of those who have been arrested during war, and the rehabilitation of these people. In Sri Lanka, what is happening right now is that the number of prisoners who have been detained is not decreasing. The number of prisoners who are being detained is on the rise. You find that around 11,000 people are waiting for trial or undergoing trial. So if you are arrested, you have to wait for a minimum of 2 years, at least a minimum of 2 years, before you will even face trial. The prison capacity of Sri Lanka is nearly 11,000, but you find that in a facility that is meant for 11,000 people, nearly 32,000 prisoners are being cramped without any basic facility. And prison riots are breaking out in many places where the prisoners are demanding that at least give us trial. At least give us trial, at least convict us and then put us in prison. Why are you putting us in prison without even giving us a chance to trial? And the Prevention of Terrorism Act that is in place gives right to the police and the paramilitary force to use torture to extract confession. And confessions extracted out of torture is admissible under this act. And you can arrest anybody. You don't need a warrant to arrest anybody. And once you arrest a person, you can detain the person up to 18 months in confinement. So anybody who raises a voice against the government, anybody who wants to oppose the hooliganism that happens or the harassment that happens is lifted by the police, is abducted by the police, and they are put in these camps. And the beauty is that these are all informal camps. So there is no formal record of these people being abducted. There is no formal record of these people being interrogated or tortured. So after, let's say, a year or two, if these people are again released, then again they are forced to not say anything against it, or they are again abducted. So it says that whether it's arrest or abduction, the line between arrest and abduction gets blurred here. Is the police arresting someone? Is the military arresting someone? Or are they abducting someone? And none of these unlawful killings, none of these unlawful abductions get any coverage in media. Let's say even in domestic media in Sri Lanka, it's very hard for such incidents to be reported. Even in international media, it does not get any coverage. The Sri Lankan government is so keen on suppressing the Tamil people even now, not allowing them any sorts of rights, not allowing them the basic dignity to live, that it is highly militarizing the areas and shows no sign of demilitarizing these areas, to the extent that these people cannot even go to a court of law and file any infringement of fundamental rights case. Recently, the Sri Lankan government passed an amendment whereas the president reserves the right to make appointments to court of laws, be it the Supreme Court, the High Court, or other courts of appeal. Earlier, it was these appointments were made by a constitutional council, but now the amendment gave the power to the parliamentary council, which is not binding on the president. So, speaking for like all practical purposes, the president or the government has a right to, or has what you can say, the government is the law. So you cannot make any appeals against the government, or you cannot make any appeals against infringement of your constitutional rights. And none of these highlighted, none of these issues get any coverage. Still people are being abducted, people are killed, people are, still you find mass graves in many of the areas that were predominantly Tamil areas. None of these issues get any coverage, none of these issues are being talked about. But I think that the international community is primarily focusing on the war crimes that were committed during the final phase of the war. But even now there is so much of violence going on, even now there is so much of torture and so much of misery faced by the Tamil people. That again has to be focused by the international media and also by the neighboring countries or UN, or even for us to realize that it is not over, the pain is not over, the war is not over, the war is still being waged against the Tamil people. It's not just 60 years of genocide, the genocide continues. And the genocide will continue unless and until the Sri Lankan government is brought to a court of justice and the people be given some sort of hope that at least the international community is there for them. If this state continues, then maybe 5 years down the line or 10 years down the line, it will be in the history books that once in Sri Lanka the Tamil population lived. It will be a part of history. The Tamils cannot survive there because even now they are being killed. Even now the Tamils are being raped. There is no sense of security. There is no basic amenities being given. They are still in camps. So I request that all the activists and everybody present here to take note of this situation and try to sensitize the media and try to sensitize others around us about the current situation in Sri Lanka. Thank you.
Thank you, Gayatri. You have brought into focus the fact that the end of the war against LTTE has not necessarily resulted into end of war against Tamils, and how their human rights, the basic rights of the citizen that are expected, are being denied to them. Very beautifully put. Thank you very much. And now I'll request Shri S. Rajendranji. Now S. Rajendranji has devoted all his life and all his time through the instrumentality of Rakhi Swayamsevak Sangh to the Hindu rights, and his field of activity, his area of activity is Tamil Nadu and Sri Lanka. And by the very nature, we have designed our program in such a manner that Rajendranji becomes the presiding officer, and this is a matter which he will make the presidential and the concluding comments also, and then you see he may answer many of the questions which have been raised during the course of this debate. Thank you very much, sir, and please come.
Distinguished guests on the dais, brothers and sisters. Before coming to this seminar, I thought I am having only one part of the subject as my one part of the. It is mainly these demographic changes because of conversion that is going on for the past hundreds of years in Sri Lanka, particularly in the recent past in Sri Lanka. But after hearing some of the panelists here, now I am thinking I have got one more subject to address. First of all, I thank Priyadarshi Datta and Ganesh Lingamji, our eminent senior lawyer, here Supreme Court lawyer here, to make my task easier here. Almost what I wanted to tell here, they have covered. So thank you for that very much. regarding the Conversion Act. Human rights includes conversion also. Converting the people of one religion is also against human rights. So, in Sri Lanka, as our Rajesh Datta told, Sri Lankan problem, whenever say Sri Lankan problem, Tamil problem, it is a Hindu problem. Again, I'm stressing that point actually. But here, our media, politicians, and politicians particularly in Tamil Nadu, they take this opportunity and focus only on linguistic lines. Probably my young friend from JNU, she may not agree with this. From the initial point, she told that it is only linguistic problem.
I don't say it's linguistic. I'm saying it's a mix of both linguistic
Okay,
and...
but it is a purely Hindu problem. We say, they have forgotten. Our Tamil Nadu political parties, they take it in a different way actually. That's why the problem continues still there. Whatever problem continues there, it is still there because they have addressed it for so many years as a Tamil problem. We say, whenever we talk in terms of language, it divides the society. Whenever we talk in terms of religion or dharma, it unites the society. That we have seen in so many areas, in so many countries actually. And in Sri Lanka, there are 25 districts. Till recently, say 10 years before, till then, 6 districts were Hindu majority districts. Now, a district called Mannar, very close to Rameswaram. From Rameswaram coastal area, we can, it's only 17 kilometers by boat to reach Talaimannar. That Mannar district now has become a Christian majority district. Majority in the sense, 65% of the people in Mannar district, they have been converted into Christianity. The most dangerous thing. This conversion took place only in the past 20-25 years. After the starting of the after the war intensified, actually. The reason for the conversion is not war, but using war, Sri Lankan Tamil war as an opportunity, the Christian missionaries, they have converted slowly these people from Mannar and other places. Conversion is going on throughout Sri Lanka, in all the districts almost. They are not converting Hindus alone. They are converting Buddhists also, in a small number. But Muslims, they cannot convert. So, one district has become 65% Christian majority district. And the remaining north, Jaffna, Kilinochchi, Mullaitivu, Vavuniya, Trigonamalai, and one Amparai is there. The pity is, Amparai is in the east coast. Amparai nowadays becoming slowly Muslim dominated district. There are 12 villages in Amparai district, 100% Muslim. Now, other places, other villages, 70%, 80%, 90%. Recently, the Muslim Congress, the Muslims of Ampara district, they have put a demand to the government of Sri Lanka. We want a separate Muslim district, just like the Kerala Muslims demanded the Malappuram district as a Muslim district, and the government have done that actually. So, the Ampara Muslims, they have demanded, we want a separate Muslim district, Ampara, like that. In Trigonamalai also, nearby, Trigonamalai also, where the Trikoneswara, Ishvara temple is there. So there also, these Muslims, they are slowly converting, they are dominating in buildings, and wherever they are having power, that is muscle power, they use the muscle power and convert our Hindus into Muslims out of fear, out of favor. They are all converting to Muslims. So, from 6 districts, 2 districts have gone from the Hindu majority. The remaining Jaffna, Mullaitivu, Kilinochi, and Gogna. Slowly, these Christian missionaries, for so many years, particularly after tsunami, 2004 December, tsunami attacked Sri Lankan coast, the east coast also. So after tsunami is over, in the name of rehabilitation, the construction of houses and other aid, the World Vision, one of the biggest NGO, Christian NGO, still they are very active. Still they are converting people in thousands of numbers, using poverty, using illiteracy. Illiteracy is not there that much in Sri Lanka as it does in India, actually, in our country. So, the conversion among the Jaffna people, Kilinochi people, using the war crimes, poverty during the war, so they are slowly converting. Up-country areas also, where the people have gone from Tamil Nadu and settled there for a tea plantation work as tea plantation workers. There also the conversion is going on slowly. So Christian conversion, this Muslim conversion is continuously happening in Sri Lanka. Slowly, if in this rate, if it continues, most of the Tamil dominated area of this northern province and this upcountry area also, slowly that will also become in Christian majority areas. So that's why we are very much worried about that actually. A strong Hindu country nearby India is there, but we are not at all bothered about that actually. So now 17% of the Sri Lankan population is Hindus, in which 12% in northern districts and 5.5% in upcountry areas of Kandy, the tea plantation districts, 4 or 5 districts are there. Kandy, Rurelia, Badulai, like that actually. So what is the solution? So we are working not only organizing the Hindus, not only conducting classes, religious classes among Hindus, Hindu youths, and we are conducting seminars and we are doing a lot of service activities. Normal period and even after the war affected people also, we are doing service activities. Through Seva International, We have formed a trust there. We have selected 50 war-affected villages in the northern province and completely rehabilitated without any government aid, government of India aid or government of Sri Lanka aid. Completely rehabilitated, and we are more concentrating on education field actually. So poor people are there. They are not able to pay pay to regular fees or buying some educational materials, aids. So we are regularly helping them. And most of the upcountry areas, Tamil speaking people, they are not able to go for higher studies because science and mathematics is not taught in the schools actually. It's a very shocking incident, shocking revelation. In Norelia district, 400 schools are there. Higher secondary school, up to +2 level, 400 schools. In those 400 schools, only in 7 schools, students can go and study science and mathematics. Only 7. The remaining schools, what are all the subjects they cover in +1 and +2 curriculum? Language, commerce, art, theatre, drama. These are all the subjects. For the +2 students, theatre and drama, in what way it will help in their future actually? They cannot go for science. They cannot go for mathematics. So after completing +2, they call it A level. After A level examination, they can't enter universities. That is the condition there actually. So many Tamil speaking schools, Tamil schools. Fortunately, Sri Lankan government, wherever there is Tamils in a considerable number, they have opened Tamil school. In the same place, one Tamil school will be there, one Sinhala school will be there. So education quality is good in Sri Lanka. The quality of education is good, but opportunities are very less. For even science and mathematics, for taking extra hours for tuition classes, teachers are not available there. That is the condition. So we are concentrating, we are trying there. So some elders and business people to start some new schools having this science and mathematics as school in the +1, +2 curriculum. We are through Seva International, we are doing one more thing also. Apart from helping them to continue their education, helping them in so many ways in education field, we have decided to bring to India, particularly Tamil Nadu, because of Tamil speaking people. Tamil Nadu, yearly 10 or 15 or 20 eligible students, they can come and join universities in Tamil Nadu. We have started 3 years back. Now 35 students are studying in Tamil Nadu, near Chitrapalli, university education, computer science, mathematics, big commerce, and this hotel management, so that they can complete the university degree and get good jobs in Sri Lanka. So every year we have, through our Seva International, we are taking every year 10, 15, 20 eligible students for higher education in India. That also it is going on there actually. One more thing we are contemplating now. We are thinking of asking, so many religious organizations are there. Chinmaya Mission is there in Already in Sri Lanka there is a branch. Ramakrishna Mission is there. Mata Amritanandamayi, the worldwide, she is very popular nowadays. They are more concentrating in educational activities. They have got very excellent medical engineering colleges, schools everywhere. So we are thinking of approaching them, asking them to open some schools in Sri Lanka, some technical education institute in Sri Lanka, and we got a positive signal from them also to bring the proposal. We are ready to do. According to government permission and other things, we are ready to do like that actually. So, if it happens, we can open some schools and universities so that they need not come here spending so much of rupees, and they can continue their education.